Could you imagine that in the year 2020, this would be the most prized possession in the American household? Yeah, me neither. Hi, it's Maid Lottie here with another ethical exchange video. Now I'm sure you know by now that toilet paper probably isn't the best for the environment, but have you ever thought to consider how the production from beginning to end and going to your home actually affects the environment? Our goal with ethical exchange, as always, is to provide you as viewers with great information and alternative solutions on how you can contribute to bettering the environment, especially when partaking in your personal tasks. Paper was originated in China in the 2nd century BC, where it was known as wrapping and padding material, but the first instance of it being used as a cleaning product was in the 6th century medieval China. Text written by Yang Chi-Tui was written and discovered in 1589 AD, which read, "Paper on which these quotations or commentaries from the 5 classics or the name of sages I dare not use for toilet purposes." By the 14th century, toilet paper was being manufactured in China at the rate of 10 million packages of 1,000 to 10,000 sheets annually, and was made widely available by the 15th century. However, modern toilet paper as we know it today was not produced in the Western world until 1867, when American inventor Joseph Gaiety marketed a, quote, medicated paper for the water closet, end quote, which was sold in packages of 500 sheets for 50 cents at the time. The initial production of toilet paper was very different from the rolls that we are familiar with today. Gaiety's medicated paper, for instance, was sold as flat individual squares. The look and feel of toilet paper has continued to evolve over time, from transforming into perforated rolls, using softer, more absorbent material, and even adding a layer for that coveted 2-ply feel that we all know and love. Improvements for the sake of your behind continued, when in 1935, Northern Tissue invented splinter-free toilet paper. Yes, you heard that right, splinter-free. The materials back then for the toilet paper were made, and they used to cause splinters. Ouch. Currently, toilet paper manufacturing is the largest industry, which makes sense thinking about the daily use and the demand for many people around the world. Today, the quality of toilet paper has improved. The quality is usually gauged by sheet stacked, coarseness, and the durability, only the best for your behind. It is typically made out of virgin wood fibers or recycled paper material with water and chemical sulfates. The trees are debarked and chipped into small pieces, then to be mixed with water and chemicals. This combination is sent to a pressure cooker to be digested. By doing this, it helps to evaporate the moisture, leaving the fibers to make a pulp. This pulp is then bound and mixed in with the water to produce paper stock that will then be moved to mesh screens in order to drain any excess water. Finally, the paper is pressed and dried before being scraped by a dryer with a metal blade. That's a lot of work for just one roll of toilet paper. Since toilet paper is so well known and needed in the community, of course it has to have environmental implications. It would just be too good to be true if it didn't. The trees used to produce toilet paper are primarily found in the Canadian boreal forest. Thinking about the mass production needed, companies typically have no issue going in and tearing down these trees. The forest has lost over 28 million acres of the forest between 1996 to 2015, according to the National Resource Defense Council. Canada is not the only one that is affected, of course. In the Pacific Northwest, in the United States alone, 13% of their forests are demolished every year just for toilet paper production. That's a lot. Furthermore, the process of actually cleaning and processing this pulp that is made for the toilet paper requires a lot of water. For one roll of toilet paper, it's 140 liters just to process the pulp. That's a lot of water. Additionally, to top it all off, that water can't be reused and put back into the environment because it is exposed to chemicals to make this pearly white shade that we all know and love in our toilet paper. You do the math, 140 liters of wasted water for one roll of toilet paper. To really top it off for the environment, when using paper and flushing it, that also includes putting the chemical sulfates and bleach that are used in toilet paper into the local bodies of water as well. Toilet paper is flushed and eventually gets disintegrated, but not before polluting the water. Now that I've put all this information in your head, I am not expecting you to stop everything, throw out your toilet paper, and just stop wiping. But what we can do to help the environment is be a little more conscious of where the production is coming from when we use these daily items. There are companies who do use recycled paper waste instead of cutting down trees, and furthermore, there's a lot of companies that do not put harsh chemicals into their toilet paper. They may not be the color that you're used to, but that's because they're not using the chemicals like major brands. Some great brands include Earth First, 7th Generation, Tender Joe's Bath Tissue, and Natural Value are some of the top environmentally conscious brands that you can switch to. If you don't know what a bidet is, it's a device that attaches to your toilet seat and sprays your bottom instead of having to use toilet paper to wash. Fun fact too about the bidet is it's actually a lot more hygienic than using toilet paper, so it's kind of a win-win if you do switch to a bidet. A standard bidet only uses about half a liter per minute, so roughly 8 gallons per use. Comparing this to the 140 liters for one roll of toilet paper production, and that the water from that production is completely wasted, the bidet is a less harmful option for the environment. On the lower end, the bidet typically costs about 80 bucks. If you were to use the bidet for about 6 months, it basically pays for itself. So on the other hand, it's paying for itself and you're helping the environment. It's kind of a win-win. Like I said earlier, being mindful of where you buy your products is key to saving the environment. Some things are just inevitable. We have to use them. Being aware of the change that it has on the environment and knowing what you can do to help contribute towards a positive change is key. After this video, you still want to use toilet paper? Totally okay. Just do your research on the companies and make sure that you put your business to ethically sourced companies that do help provide positive change towards the environment. I hope everyone's enjoyed this episode of Ethical Exchange. Were you already using an ethically sourced brand of toilet paper before this? Perhaps you had a bidet before this? Leave them in the comments. What kind of topics would you like to see next from us? And of course, don't forget to subscribe, comment below, and follow us on social media. We'll see you next month for our next Ethical Exchange. Bye!